Hi, this is Monisha.
And this is Shirley. Welcome to Make It Shine, the Money Podcast.
We're here to talk about everyday things you wished you knew about money.
On today's podcast,
more money, more problems?
do you think you'll be happier with $75,000?
Or $400,000?
We've got the answer.
Right now.
This little light of mine, yeah, I'm gonna make it shine, make it shine, make it shine, make it shine.
Listen for 3 key takeaways and a free money management guide you can download at the end of this podcast.
So let's talk about the age-old question. Can money buy you happiness? What do you think?
Oh, I don't think happiness is the right word. I think money can buy you freedom and independence.
Right.
And that equates to happiness in some way or another.
I mean, it's interesting you say that because there's been 2 studies. So one study that was done, I think in 2010, this is actually by 2 Nobel laureates. And the study said that money actually does buy you happiness, but maybe the way to think about it is it takes away unhappiness. So if you make no money, if you make $0,
Right.
you are like, I think at 3 or 4 times likelier to be depressed. You pay a huge poverty tax. Like it's, you tend to have a shorter lifespan. But they say once you make up to $75,000. So they say from 0 to 75, you're getting happier, happier, happier. But once you make up to 75, there's a law of diminishing returns, and every extra dollar you earn, you're actually not making yourself extra dollar worth of happier.
So that's funny. You're referencing the 75K. There's another study done in the U.S. where they spoke to over 34,000 Americans, collected almost 2 million data points, and they asked them 2 questions. One was to evaluate their happiness on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
And then the other one was just their perception of happiness overall.
Okay.
So people who made over 75K, their level of happiness for both day-to-day and their perception increased all the way up to making an income of $400,000.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's a huge gap.
Yeah, that's a lot more than 75,000.
So there is something to the point of money does buy you happiness. And when they were comparing the 2 data points that they were collecting, people who perceived happiness making $400,000, that gap was way bigger than when they looked at, their day-to-day.
Yeah.
And I think it's because people who make that amount of money, they can dream a little bit more. They have more inspiration.
Yeah.
They can plan ahead, do things that they're only dreaming about today.
Right. Yeah, I think the nail on the head really is like money can buy you happiness depending on what you spend it on, right? Like if you're spending money on just increasing your day-to-day living expenses, buying that expensive car, buying a bigger house, buying a better watch, I think that's when they talk about this, I think it's a hedonistic treadmill. So you're always chasing that next high. But if you spend money, like you said, on other things, like let's say if you were rich enough to actually hire help, have somebody do chores around your house that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're buying yourself time. Right,
Yeah.
right. You're buying yourself time to dream, to do things that you really, really enjoy. I mean, think about how many potential award-winning musicians are accountants because they couldn't have the comfort or the luxury to actually dream and pursue their passion. Or I myself, like I would love to stop working and just become an artist, but I know that's not going to pay my mortgage.
So, Manisha, after looking at both studies,
Yeah.
money can buy you happiness or it cannot buy you happiness. What is the point of all this?
Yeah, it's such a great question because there's going to be countless studies on this because everyone wants to know, can money buy me happiness? Because
Right.
people just want to be happy, right? And I think they're trying to figure out any way that they can find it. The one thing I really love about studies like this, though, and I love that we're having more and more conversations around money, is because whichever way you lean, whether you think money doesn't buy happiness or it buys you things that buy you happiness, the reality is that it has a huge impact on your well-being. So the next time you're out there trying to negotiate a raise or trying to negotiate a better package for you or trying to just even talk about money, you should feel comfortable because you're talking about, in many ways, your happiness. And you're talking about whether this is going to help you live your best life rather than going back to, more traditional concepts around, oh, this is tacky, like we said earlier, right? Or just don't be greedy. There's so many friends that call me up and are like, hey, I want to negotiate my salary. How do I go about it? And I have these conversations with them. But the reality is like, they just don't feel comfortable talking about money because I think it makes them sound thankless. So I'm happy that we talk about studies like this because it's really critical for people to realize that their well-being and their wealth go hand in hand. Okay, so you've heard the song, right? More money, more problems. What do you think? More money, more problems?
No, absolutely not more money, more problems. It's money management, how you look at it, how you manage it. I think that's the key.
Right.
Yes, give me more money, but I also want to know how to manage it.
Yeah.
And once I know how to manage it, I'm not scared of it anymore. And that's empowerment and that's freedom.
Yep. And freedom, if freedom isn't happiness, I don't know what is. So here are 3 key takeaways for you on how money impacts your happiness.
Number 1, negotiate, negotiate, negotiate. Your salary and the money you earn can impact your happiness. So make sure you get the most.
If you want to learn more, listen to our podcast, How to Negotiate Your Way to Wealth. You'll see a link provided in the episode notes. Number 2, find out how you're spending your money and if it's bringing you happiness. Are you just buying things that keep you on the hedonistic treadmill we talked about? Or are you focused on buying yourself time? What are you spending your money on?
Go to our website, makeashinemoney.com, and download the free money management guide to start tracking.
Number 3, find out the things that make you unhappy and target to eliminate them. Especially early in your career, as you make your way to that $70,000 milestone, earning more money, according to studies, takes away unhappiness.
For example, if you hate taking the bus, buy a car.
If you hate cleaning, hire a housekeeper.
If you hate doing laundry, use a laundry service.
These are things that are buying you more free time to focus on things that ultimately make you happy. So join us again, because as we've learned today, it's not just about having money, but also knowing what to do with it.
And to talk about it.
That's right. And we hope every time you're here with us, we can help shine a light on your money and help you make it shine. Your feedback is very important in making sure that we're creating the right content. So please rate, review, and subscribe.
Let us know if you have any questions about money, and we can even invite some experts to join us at the next podcast.